They said golden generation, and I did not entirely believe it. I figured we'd get a pyrite generation. This guy is amazing.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons with me, a man, well, deep in the mire of a relegation battle. If you've enjoyed the series up to this point, it'd be lovely if you could drop a like. Helps out the channel, helps out the algorithm, all that jazz. You love to see it. So I thought we'd just start on Regan Booty. Obviously, he was released by Sega in the summer. Felt unlikely they were going to extend his contract, and that's exactly what happened. He ended up being picked up by Scunthorpe. So, although his contract ends at the end of the season, so I do wonder if, Regan, fancy joining the older boys over here in Spain. He wouldn't play, but sometimes it's just nice to bring him along for the lols. He wouldn't even ask for that much money, I can't imagine. The thing is, we probably wouldn't be able to register him because I don't think he'd count as EU, in that they got knocked out immediately. They went into the conference path second qualifying round against Xanthi from Greece, and they were comfortably beaten 4-1 on aggregate. So Rigo Beerveld getting the only goal for the club. So wow, look at Artiaga banging in goals for them apparently, but yeah, not great. Also, I love how many of you missed the starting booty sequence thing in the intro, and then how some of you figured it was there the whole time. So no, that was new for Osasuna. It took me ages to find out where I could change that. It was buried under like 7 different layers of compositions, but I found it, and starting booty sequence is complete. So, we're going to be missing some players for today's game against Getafe. Ha! Imagine that, eh? Us missing players. So, yeah, the situation is simple. We go away to Getafe. I think if we can come up with a magical victory, it's really going to put the pressure on Athletic Club, who go away to Barcelona today. So at the very least, I feel like it's unlikely that we'll end the day in the relegation zone, barring a miracle there. But we have a chance to potentially move 3 points clear and actually put a team between ourselves and the relegation zone. So with the year being 2028, the Euros are coming up this summer. Now, I don't expect any Osasuna players to get called up to the Euro squads, but you never know. But if you want to stay on top of all of the action across this summer's Euro 2020, then the OneFootball app has got you covered. You'll get the team news for any team you want to follow in the tournament direct to your phone when you need it most. Live updates and stats for every single game in the tournament, including fan voting on the winners. You'll be the first to be notified as England's 5th choice right-back goes down injured, and we regret not taking that 6th one. And not to mention stats and league tables and live match updates from basically every league you can imagine around Europe and the world. So once again, a massive thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. You can download the app for free with the link in the top line of the description. I'm actually going to do the tactical selection advice because there's so many suspensions and knocks that we've got to switch around that we kind of have to. Morale is definitely improving, which is nice. So they actually want to do that same thing again, and I'm not entirely bothered by that. Rocha's going to have to come in at centre-back because both centre-backs that started the last game are suspended, which is just terrific. How the hell has Guillermo still not got full match fitness, by the way? He seems to have played virtually every game for us. And same with Andre Anderson, although actually, he had a slight injury in fairness. Messi will come on the bench. Grimaldo still isn't quite there yet. And I guess Montiel as well. Timothy Weah is finally fit to be able to start seeing some football too, which is nice. But I think this is what I'm going to go with for today. It worked really well against Sevilla. So you just never know, do you? But I must say, part of me is actually really enjoying this sort of gritty relegation battle. It's different, and I quite enjoy that. Part of me is almost kind of glad that the tactic we built wasn't so overpowered that we'd come straight into Osasuna, dump it straight in, and immediately get 5th in the league in the first season. That's kind of, I'm pleased about. Obviously, winning's nice, but sometimes dragging yourself through the mud occasionally can also be quite satisfying. I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to do the we owe them one, and I accidentally slipped at the last second. So, oh, hello, okay. Okay. Well, this is a turnaround for the books. The players have been kind of unresponsive to a lot of my team talks lately, but this is a good sign. Come off the back of that victory, which has bumped the morale up nicely. Maybe that's all we needed, just to get a scrap. Sometimes that's all you need in FM, I find. If you're on a bad run of form, sometimes just scraping a really bad result that goes in your favour can be enough to turn the form around entirely. But I don't think we're going to jump the gun on that one just yet. A win here would be so goddamn good, but a draw would just anything. But, I mean, there's few and far between our games that we've got chances to win for the rest of the season still. Season's going to be won and lost on results in matches like this. The fact that we have to go to Athletic away from home on the last day of the season, I want to be able to go into that game needing only like a draw or something, or not having to go there and win in order to stay up. I've had a word with O'Connor about his form as well, because although he did score that goal, he's been pretty poor as of late. And I do think that's partly my fault for changing his role. De Vega. Oh, there's a run. There's got to be a... Oh, what a goal! Lucas De Vega! Getafe 0, Osasuna 1. That right there is a huge goal from Lucas De Vega. My goodness me. I was about to get really annoyed at him for not passing the ball there, but he's actually pulled a perler out. Look at the amount of bodies he has to potentially slip a ball through to. And he's just gone, you know what? Nobody's making a proper run. I'm going to hammer this in. And we've got, somewhat against the run of play, start to this game, and we lead. Huge. I just worry whenever we can see corners. I've looked at our corner setup. It's exactly the same as before. I've tried moving people around a little bit. I did notice at one point we had an attacking midfielder trying to win headers when it should have been a centre-back. So hopefully that little twitch on the left-sided corner might just be enough to make us more solid. But it's the right-hand side ones that seem to be causing us more issues, weirdly. Rocha. The makeshift centre-back pairing today is certainly not ideal, but hey. De Vega again. He's dragging people around all over the place, and I really kind of like that when he plays this role. And O'Connor's throw. Great first touch. Oh, God, Josh, that's the chance. He puts us 2 up inside 20 minutes at Getafe. And all of a sudden, things start to look bloody rosy here. Finds Guillermo. Back for Gotti. They look confident. Wesker losing again, which is nice as well. De Vega. He's into the box. Can he... Oh, he's through... O'Connor blocked again. Maybe just go down there. It looked like he was fouled about twice on that same plane. It just didn't go to ground. Looks like they're starting to believe again. Oh, God. Please don't confuse belief with stupidity. Come on. Get out there. Edge of the box. Oh, he's gone straight through him. Rosas. There's plenty of bodies. Oh, for God's sake. That's the second time this season that exact goal has happened. This time it hit their player instead of ours. But for the love of Christ, boys. Oh. Defenders. It's clearly our weakest point in the team. And particularly in a game like today. But you can't foul him, can he? There's enough bodies in there and it's just cleared it straight at his face. I mean, hopefully the heads don't drop because we've been spectacular so far in this game. Really looking good, confident, and there's just some little annoying mistakes starting to creep in. But I'm hoping that we can sort of settle this one down a little bit now and start to get our heads down and keep working. And not immediately... Great tackle on him there from Escasibar. What? Didn't look like a foul. That is surprising, says the game text. Yeah, did look a bit surprising, didn't it? I mean, maybe I missed something in the fact that it was all in fast motion there, but I have no words. To me, that just looked like a normal slide tackle in which the player wins the ball. Maybe he took the man first, but even the game said that it wasn't a bloody penalty. We're not done yet. We've shown that we could be quality, and we're looking pretty good up until that. So I feel like if we could just carry on playing like that, then there's a chance for us still. Well, there is the chance. What the hell is going on here? The game has been really weird, like just buggy lately. I've been noticing, just generally speaking, just buggy all over the shop. I noticed this as well the other day in my Champions League final with Tromsø. When Bayern scored their second goal, it did the exact same thing where it like doubled up the thingy. But regardless, we are level as Goti's got through, and it's Getafe 2, Osasuna 2, and that is justice. Okay, so obviously the penalty makes this look a bit skewed, but what a weird first half to be a goal up, have 10 minutes of madness and then get the equaliser there. I think I still think we can win this. If we can just get our heads down and start playing the football that we know we can, and we have shown today that we definitely got that kind of quality, then I think there's something in this for us. I think when I say something, I mean a win. Because, let's face it, if we went down, I don't think they'd keep us. Oh, God, Platter's through, and it's a superb tackle. Really good defending from Ariata. I do wonder if some of these weird visual glitches I've been getting with FM for the last couple of weeks is just because I've been putting off updating my graphics card drivers for about 3 weeks now. That and Windows updates. We have so very few options. The only one I can really do is to get Messi in for a bit, potentially. It's on target! He's not going to do a lot else, but maybe he can give us that if the defenders can just do a good enough job everywhere else. Which I'm not relying on, really. Gotti, there's men running. He's going to go alone! Oh, it's at the crossbar! Messi's ball in, and it's all the way through into Vega! Yes! Getafe 2, Osasuna 3, Lucas de Vega. This has been an absolute humdinger of a match. And they look like they've been way better than us, but I think the penalty has made them look better than they are. They still have to take it. What a ball in. Goalkeeper's had an absolute nightmare there, and Lucas de Vega has slammed Osasuna 3-2 up here. Come on! Well, Athletic were losing, and have now immediately equalised against Barcelona. So it's 1-1 at the Camp Nou in that game, but we're doing our part here, which is the real key. Lucas de Vega with a brace tonight as well is mental. Off the post this time from Andre. Let's try and just kill this game off with a few minutes to go. Oh, hang on a minute. I think I've celebrated too soon there. There's 20 seconds left at Getafe. It's Getafe 2, Osasuna 3. And what a win this would be. And the game has been brilliant. Like, generally speaking, it's had everything. Drama, action, goals, horrendous mistakes across the entire pitch. What a block. and headed away, and that will do it. Getafe 2, Osasuna 3, and that is a massive result for the lads. I cannot stress how good of a win that is for us. We really did have to dig deep after falling behind there, and they've shown a lot of quality. And Lucas de Vega, Messi with a brilliant assist off the bench. Oh, what a win! Come on! I feel like the episodes of this series have been quite long lately, like plus 20 minutes, but it's been really hard given just how much stuff has been happening in them. By the way, Almeria winning 6-2 away from home. What are they on? Barca scored in the 86th minute. Oh, that's extremely good news. Barca beat Athletic, and now we sit 16th with 32 points. I think if we can get 2 more wins, it might well be enough, but they've got to come against someone, and I don't know who. So back in a sec. I can't even remember who for. We'll find out in a minute. Right. I don't normally do this, but since we've not actually played yet any of the off-camera games, we have a youth intake, and since it didn't automatically show me, I thought we'd learn about it, what it is together, because we have allegedly a golden generation. Now, what that means at Osasuna, I don't know, but I'm excited to find out, and I've just noticed that Jose Gonzalez is injured. Please don't be... Oh, for God's sake, he's pulled a titty. Oh, dear. Also, before we look at this, just a quick side note. There may or may not be a video tomorrow on Tuesday, purely because at the time of me... Well, when you're seeing this, will have had my second COVID jab, and the last time it completely knocked me out for like 24 hours. Now, might be fine, but if not, just wanted to warn you that there may or may not be videos depending on what happens with that, essentially. So let's go. Without further ado, youth intake. Yes! Come on. Ooh. A Frenchman. Okay. This is... Okay. Sorry, I'm like a child. Right, let's go. One of the most gifted players to come through the rank in recent years, Eris Iglesias. Oh, I mean, really. Well, look at these two. We'll start with Sergio Guria, who is a left back. Okay. I mean, at 16, really. Some okay physicals in there, some really nice mentals, great teamwork and work rate. He knows what he wants to do. They're not bad. The downside is tackling, because tackling is really hard to train. There's no direct thing you can do other than just positional stuff that will kind of help it. You just have to kind of hope with that. He's not bad. He's not bad. But I'm excited about this other guy. Oh, please be good, Eris. Please be good. Oh, hello. Professional personality. Runs with ball through centre. 13 dribbling goes with that. Tries to play out of trouble. Could be an issue. Okay. Look at the mentals on him, though. Eris Iglesias is a boss still. Passing's good. Dribbling's good. Let's just see where he would be as an attacking midfielder on attack. I mean, the obvious pitfall in his shape is his finishing ability and his anticipation. But my giddy aunt, Eris Iglesias. They said golden generation, and I did not entirely believe it. I figured we'd get a pyrite generation. This guy is amazing. Right, guys, we are back. Something mad has happened. But more on that in a minute. Also, that youth player signed up to a full contract, 60 million release clause. He ain't going nowhere. But first, we were up against Celta Vigo, and we got off to a flyer here. Ball was put through from Guillermo, and there was Gotti on the end, inside 2 minutes to give us a 1-0 lead. And boy, did we need it. This game was massively important for us. Then, a lovely ball in from Gotti. 10 minutes into the game, we were 2 goals up through Andre Anderson, and I was a happy man. But then, almost immediately off that kickoff, in the 12th minute of the match, Celta Vigo got themselves a goal back. I thought the danger was cleared, but it was a great strike from Villaga to make it 2-1, and at that point things just started to go a bit wrong for us, as before half time, in fact only after 33 minutes this time, it started to fall apart after such a great start. Balls whipped in, Meaning gets in the end, 2-2, and that was the end. But you can see how quickly we shot out the traps and could have had a ton of more chances up until they get in their second goal, and then we just plateaued. In the end, I'd argue we were lucky to get away with the 2-2 draw, although that's pretty fair result still. But it kept us going, 7 points out of 3, pretty good performance, and, we looked better, a lot better, I'd say. But then we had to come up against current champions for 2 seasons in a row, Atletico Madrid, and what you kind of expect to happen, happened. Yusuf, goal, back post, 1-0 Atletico after 43 minutes. But then, 83 minutes, look at the run that Arrieta makes. It comes to Messi, he pops it around the side, Arrieta's in there, 1-1 on the night. What a result. And definitely against the run of play. We didn't really start offering anything in this game until right towards the end, I think, and the injury to Andre Anderson really did not help. But bailing ourselves out and getting a point on this match could be these are the sort of results that 4 unbeaten, 8 points from our last 4 games. Oh, I was really starting to get concerned, to be honest, and I still am to an extent, because we were, again, somewhat fortunate. And we capped off this little spell of games with a 0-0 draw away at Levante. So our third straight draw, albeit, but, the home one against Celta Vigo was annoying that we didn't get the win there. This one is a good point on the road in my book, and getting the draw against Atletico, again, is another good point. Strange game, really, in that we sort of started very poorly and came massively back into it in the second half and had some real chances late on this game to put this actually put this win in, but there was a big chance it was missed, I think by Timothy Weah off the bench late on, and it just wasn't quite there, but my God, what a win that would have been. And that all leaves us 16th in the league, 35 points from 34 games. We're 3 points above Getafe, and we're 5 points above Athletic Club. They are in a real relegation scramble right now, and oh my God, if we're 4 points above them going into that final day, that is all that matters right now. Because to me, it looks like Huesca, despite that little revival they had right at the start of the turn of the year, they've just crumbled since then. And Almeria, despite a little bit of a comeback lately, are just too far off to really get back into this right now, I would say. And it really does just look like it's 1 from 3. Osasuna, Getafe, or Athletic. That's the simple situation. But this is where things get a bit weird. Also, O'Connor broke his back lifting weights. I say broke his back, lower back stress fracture before. So he's missed all of these off-camera games, which, and I must say, Cagliari, despite not scoring or doing anything, has still linked the line quite nicely and linked up the play quite well. And we haven't lost in 5 now. 2 wins, 3 draws. That's not bad all of a sudden. 9 points from our last 5 games has made a huge difference. And then I got this news article. Bear in mind, this is in between the games. This was after the last game. The board wished to discuss my media handling. Bear in mind, I just delegate everything, and I assume they're kind of pissed about that for whatever reason. Not that I'm understanding why they care, but tried my behaviour when dealing with the media. I don't deal with them. That's not behaviour, surely? That's a lack of behaviour, but sure. So I went to the meeting, and I was genuinely concerned they were going to sack me, despite the turn up in form. But no, something even weirder happened. They made me promise to get 6 points from our next 5 games. It feels like they've responded to the media situation by doing that, and I just don't get it. That their response to the whole media handling thing was to give me a points target for 5 matches, even though we've been on our best piece of form of the entire season. I've never seen this before. Also, bear in mind, there's only 4 games left on the season too, so I don't know how that's going to work. But nevertheless, we push on, I suppose. We go away to Real Betis today. Now, we already did lose to them in the Cup earlier this season, so I suppose there's that. Oh, that's not good. Athletic are playing Almeria at home, and Getafe have Espanyol. So this could be a big point swing type of day. We really need Almeria to continue playing well. One good sign was that Athletic were beating Mallorca in the last match, but Mallorca scored a 95th minute equaliser, and that's the reason Athletic on like 32 points right now, and that gap is a lot better. Mallorca, we have a lot to thank them for. They've given us 3 points, and they've taken 2 away from Athletic Club. Can you imagine if we went on an okay run for the rest of the season and they just sacked us anyway? And fair enough, I suppose we failed their promise, but wait, what? Oh, can't play against his parent club. Annoying. Sadly, O'Connor is still not fit again yet. Arke is back, but I'm not sure how much I actually want to play in there, given the success we've had without him. So I'd be tempted to go with Ristic in the back post spot there. Ascasibar's not back from his injury properly yet. Andre Anderson isn't back. Campazano's knackered. It's a tough one for us. We might have to sort of bumble our way through this one, I sense. Although, I'll be honest, I'm actually tempted to give Timothy Weah a chance out on this left-hand side, because he is genuinely more suited to the role than Gonzalez, and I think that having a right-footed inside forward does seem to matter more now that we're at the higher levels. And Kings Kangwa might end up having to play the BWM role, because the 2 other guys I'd put in there are not currently available. Ooh, dear. It's not good. On the plus side, Guillermo has extended his loan, as far as I'm aware, until next season. I've certainly put it in and it's been accepted, so I think he'll be coming back next season, so that's good. Whether the board let us stay for another season, different matter. I assume the reason we're getting that, ultimatum, so to speak, is because there's not really anything else the board can do to you for not meeting that random promise about media handling. So I guess they have to set points tallies to try to, I don't know, it's very strange though. But can you imagine if we kept them up and then they were disappointed? Oh my God. Straight away, Issa Fomba off of a set piece inside a minute. Hey, Osasuna are back, friends. Yeah, can you imagine if we kept them up and, looked pretty comfortable doing it in the end, and then they sacked us because of the media handling or failing to meet an arbitrary points teller that just doesn't matter in the end. But hey, if it happens, it happens. It's the great thing about these sort of saves is the weird stuff it throws up. Although, I must admit, we are 2 goals down in 3 minutes, both from set pieces. We'd sort of plugged the gaps on that. We were starting to look a lot more sensible from set-piece play. Defending really well, looking good, and now, just out of nowhere, inside 2 minutes, Betis have put 2 up on us, and I don't know what's going on there. We've been so much better in the last, 5 games or so. Oh, my lord. I was hoping that we could come here and maybe scrape another draw or something, just to keep the little points tally going. It'll probably be a penalty as well now. Yeah, no, why not? Hell not, eh? Just tick it all off. Corner, free kick, penalty. This is everything we've struggled with in set pieces this season in a nutshell. Or obviously penalties are different, but Christ on a bike. This is like that Villarreal game all over again. Are we about to be 3 goals down inside 8 minutes? Efianye? And yeah, it's Betis 3, Osasuna 0 in 8 minutes of play, with every single goal being a dead ball. That is mad. at least we've got the good news down at the bottom that Getafe are also losing. So there's that, I suppose. Round the side for Gotti. He's got the run. Finds Weah. Oh, it's a bit too wide for Timothy Weah, but he can keep it in play. Maybe generate a chance for us. Ball whipped in, and it's saved and cleared, and saved and cleared. Oh, the irony is I'm not even too disappointed by our attacking performance in this first half. It's just that opening 8 minutes has just given us the most insane situation that we're just going to have to push for in the second period, I guess. Right. Let's have a half of us just trying a little bit harder, eh, lads? Trying not to concede another 7 set-piece goals in the second half here. I think a lot of that just comes down. We know that we're pretty solid from tactically, but I think what it comes down to is just the quality of the players that we've got in those positions right now. 2-0 though to Espanyol, which is good news. Espanyol doing us a massive favour away at Getafe. We just need Athletic to not... Actually, I'd settle for the draw if they're not going to... if they don't beat Almeria at home, then that's really a good result for us at the end of the day. Whipped in, and Timothy Weah was there, but the pass just was not good enough. Ball downfield, easily knocked down. Right, let's get some pressure on them in the second half. Early goal back, and we can try and come up with a magical comeback. It's unlikely though, isn't it? Weah. And Guillermo round the side for De Vega, and it's saved, and it's cleared away. Oh, that was a great chance for De Vega. Good work, though. To Weah now. That's a dreadful pass. Actually, no, it's turned into a good pass. Guillermo's there. He's got support. Can he find a ball in? Goes short for Ariata. Ball in. Weah, and it's blocked, and it's saved. Are you kidding me? This game's been utterly mad. De Vega into the box again now. He's got support out wide. Will he go back inside? No, goes for Ariata again. We've got Weah at the back post, and he's got that height. De Vega, Ariata, Guillermo. Flips it through. There's bodies in there, and it's cleared off the line. Goti's ball in. And it's headed on goal and saved again. And Athletic have scored. Roberto Martinez. Well, okay. He's obviously come out of retirement to play there. An Athletic lead. Bad news for us. Really bad news for us. We need an Almeria equaliser. Really, really bad right now. That's what we're in desperate need of. Miguel. Good save. And there it is. Jordi Escobar with the goal. Come on. And Almeria have scored. Almeria are leading away at Athletic. That would keep the 5-point gap even with us absolutely gobbing up this match. Oh, my lord. We are getting bailed out by other teams in the country right now. And Huesca losing at home to Real Sociedad as well is giving us a massive bailout. There's a helicopter coming to pick up, I don't know, the defenders after that horrendous display and take them to defensive prison. Once we actually got going, we looked pretty competitive in this game, but we didn't really give ourselves a chance. Cagliari! Oh, come on. Couldn't get it on target. We were quite competitive once we got out of the first 8 minutes of this game, but we'd already binned the entire thing off by that point, apparently. What a weird match. It took us a while to get back going, but once we did, we should have scored goals in this game, and it's actually kind of criminal that we didn't. So, yeah, there we go. 2-1 to Almeria. 3-1 to Espanyol. That's massive for us as we stay 5 points clear of Athletic. That is mental. The fact they've lost to the bottom club at home shows that they might actually be a genuine relegation, like, dead cert perhaps. But a 5-point gap with 3 games to go. Wow. So, our first loss for a little while, actually, since the Real Sociedad game. That little good spell that we've had has definitely helped us out a lot, and I think we've played quite well in some of the games, and definitely looking better. Now, our final 3 games, Barcelona at home, we just have to try and go out there. You're going to see all of these. Mallorca at home, massive, as we beat them away, and then Athletic. Oh, I tell you what, we just need to be... I don't know what our head-to-head's like against them, that's the thing. We beat them in the league. That's the thing. We beat them in the league. We really... If we are 3 points above them going into that game and don't embarrass ourselves, then there's a chance that we could stay up on head-to-head. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. That would be spectacular. If you're new to the channel, subscribe too. That'd be awesome. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, so go follow there as well. And I'll see you guys, well, hopefully tomorrow, if not Wednesday. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.